It's gorgeous out. Let's pop some ducks.
This is the Upduck Podcast, a blend of upland and waterfowl hunting. Tune in as your hosts, Tyler Beaton, Jeff Ludicky, Matt Jeske, chat about training dogs and share their bird hunting stories, tactics, and strategies. Gentlemen, welcome back. What's happening, fellas?
Not much. You thought you had one over on me in a kettle moraine hole, but I already knew about it.
No, I didn't. I figured that. I was curious. I just didn't get a response. So, yeah.
I know a good majority of them, but I'm sure there's a few out there that I haven't yet to discover.
There's a couple of places that we need to go take a walk in the spring, and we'll find a few more little holes tucked away there, some public land. So, yeah, Matt Jeske, what's happening on the Duckless Mississippi River?
Not much, I'll tell you that. Not much this morning.
They're shooting them all to the north of them, is what they're doing.
Yeah, they are.
No, it's no joke. I saw 2 ducks this morning that weren't like middle channel, and my buddy probably an hour and change north shot a limit this morning. Same morning.
Well,
I had a break almost
slowly trickling in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I sent you guys those pictures from one of our contributors for the migration report, which if you have been listening to, you should be. And yeah, he was an hour, maybe 2 hours north of you, Matt. He went out this past weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You guys saw those pictures. Big, fat greenheads. And he said that, yeah, he's never had a weekend like that. So
yeah, I got nothing sitting in the refuge, so that's probably not bueno at all.
And now you're going to go further west to chase pheasants this weekend.
Yep. I'm perfectly fine with that.
It'll be a good time. I guarantee you.
Maggie's itching to pick up a bird. I promise you.
I'm sure she'll pick up more than a few.
Yes.
Yeah. That's great. That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, our dogs need some birds. Let's be honest here. All right.
Yeah.
Jeff's getting on some pheasants. If it doesn't matter if I get on birds or not, because I'm just going to miss. That's pretty much the.
Was that video of the miss, or is that from last season? Oh,
nope,
nice.
that was the miss. Yes, that was finger getting stuck, trying to get the safety off. Just
I don't know what you and Jeff with your fingers and gloves and safety is something's got to change there, guys.
Yeah, well, Tyler's probably wearing gloves that were 5 times too big because his hands get so cold all the time.
Oh no, I had the leather shooting gloves on. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. It's
the leather gloves. I slip off the safety every time with the leather gloves. I can't do it either.
I mean, I was so upset, right? It was Mac's birthday, first of all. And we worked that rooster all the way across the field, and he ran across that trail too. I thought he was going to keep going. And he pops out, and then I didn't miss. He only flew about 200 yards up that trail. I thought Ren was actually going. You can't really see it in the video. She was like running underneath him. Yeah. I thought she was going to catch him out of the air. But then they kind of like crested this hill, and then I lost them. And then when I got up there, both the dogs were like this, and the bird just see ya. So just sucks. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Well, let's introduce the guest then.
Yeah, let's introduce our guest. His name is Josh Kaddatz. Did I say it right, Josh?
That's close enough.
No, say it properly.
Kaddatz.
Yep. Kaddatz.
Yep.
You did screw it up.
Kaddatz.
You knew you were going to do it. You like jinxed yourself.
Well, you got me all flustered talking about that rooster. Man, that miss. All right, Josh, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, where you work for, where you're located.
Yeah, so I work for Sitka Vernon Hills, Sitka Gear down in Vernon Hills. I have been hunting since I was about 12 years old, mostly whitetail and turkey. I'm actually the community coordinator or marketing coordinator for Sitka. So I run all the events. I handle just anything that goes on with the community, anything that goes on with not only events, but like fundraising stuff like that. I handle all that. So yeah. I'm a retired fireman. I was injured on duty, so ended up going out, unfortunately, that way. Got bored out of my mind, saw Sitka was hiring, been wearing Sitka forever, so it was perfect combination.
So
Yeah.
I have a lot of questions, but let's go back to the beginning
Yeah.
here, right? You've been hunting since you were about 12 years old, right? You're Vernon Hills. Like, were you born in Wisconsin? Were you born south of the border? Where did you originate from?
So I am from Kenosha County.
Okay.
Born and raised, always been in Kenosha. And then we hunt lately, like middle of the state in Wautoma, Washoe County area. So
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Now that we got that cleared up, so that's you. We got that out of the way. Jeff was born south of the border here, so we're just
all right.
You had to bring that up, huh?
I didn't know if you had company or not.
No, I've always been. I was thinking about it today. I said I've always lived in Wisconsin. I think I've always worked in Illinois. So
That's
even firefighting, it was down in Illinois.
Yeah. And usually it's the opposite, isn't it? You get a lot of Illinois people coming up to work in Wisconsin in that area.
Well, they always say it's cheaper to live in Wisconsin, and you work down in Illinois, and then have the cheaper taxes in Wisconsin.
A little more lucrative pay wise down in Illinois and cheaper to live.
Yep.
Okay, I get it.
That's right.
It's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
So this was you said you grew up doing whitetail, doing turkey. I know we talked about a lot of that when we were chatting in my garage. This is your first year waterfowling, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
So you're an adult onset waterfowler.
Yep. So I've had so many customers come into the store. Like once deer season starts, I'm always, I would always be up at the cabin, like I'm deer hunting, don't bother me. But so many people have talked to me about waterfowl hunting. I'm like, all right, maybe I'll try it. My daughter shoots trap for her high school, so watching her kind of do that, I'm like, that actually looks like it could be fun. And doing the waterfowl looks like it could be fun. And I went one time, got a wood duck right away, and I am absolutely hooked. So we ended up, usually I'd be gone, once September would hit, I'd be gone like every weekend deer hunting. This year, instead of going every weekend, we stretched it into basically like 9 days, end of October into November, and deer hunted that way. So just because I've been kind of out duck hunting quite a bit. So
that's awesome. It doesn't take much to get its hooks in you, does it?
Yeah. Well, like I text you, I'm like, now I can't stop watching the sky. Like it's like, you're just kind of seeing what's flying, and yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. So you got your first duck, was a wood duck, right? And now you just recently went on a pretty successful goose hunt. Was that your first goose as well?
That was the first goose field hunt. Yeah. Gotcha. We got one earlier while we were duck hunting, but first field hunt, and we were done, I think, in like 45 minutes with a 7-man limit. That's awesome. There were geese flying everywhere. And we'd run out to go pick them up, and another batch was coming in. It was crazy.
So we got to get them out with us to get a little bit of dose of reality, you guys, because that is not usually what occurs, especially on your first few hunts.
I know.
Or Josh, can we get an invite here? Let's make it a 10-man limit next time.
Yeah, actually, one of our the photographers for Sitka lives in the area, came out with us and took some pretty cool photos of it, and But yeah, it was like I knew I was being spoiled with it. Like I had two guys that are really good callers, calling on each end, and you're just kind of peeking up, seeing them swirl over top, and yeah, it was. I was spoiled that day.
That's awesome. That sounds like a memorable hunt for sure.
Oh yeah, it was with one of the guys from work, and I said, "Well, I gotta open." He's like, "Oh, we'll be done by then." Okay.
He was confident, but it paid off.
Did your daughter go with you on that hunt?
No, but she is very interested in going now. So I think she will be probably my first one to take out, and then my son's my deer hunter. He always deer hunts with me, and but I think she is very interested in it.
So are you at the point now where you think you're ready to take a solo adventure, or have you already done that?
I have not. No,
Okay.
I would probably still rely on some help, but I'd like to get a couple years under my belt, or at least a year under my belt, and
yeah, it's a whole new ball game, but it's pretty rewarding when you can you finally can go out on your own with all your own decoys and your own calls and say, all right, now I can do this.
Yeah, I hear people talk about how expensive it is, and
you'll find out. It sounds like
I think so. All right, so as a I did a little waterfowl hunting growing up, not successfully, but grew up in a deer hunting family, right? And I've talked to a number of folks, right? People that are like big time deer hunters that love the OKS Hunter brand that have started to dabble with waterfowl hunting, and they're like, man, it is a breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
it really is compared to deer hunting. Have you felt that same way?
Big time, because you go deer hunting. So this past week, this past week for deer hunting, I've never seen so many bucks chasing does. Like, it was insanely action packed, but that's not normally how it is. I feel like with waterfowl hunting, with goose hunting, there's more action. There's more. It just feels like you're seeing more. It's a lot more action with that. Whereas deer hunting, it feels like I can go. I could go for a weekend and see two deer that spike bucks or whatever. Whereas it just felt like waterfowl is more action with it.
Mm-hmm.
So plus, I think it's just doing something different, but kind of the same. You're still hunting, but it's a different way of doing it.
It is. You're thinking about the wind in a different manner. Not how you smell, but just what direction is the wind coming in, where
right,
which way the bird's going to land.
I mean, it's complete opposite, right? You want the wind at your back normally, whereas with deer hunting, you want it in your face, right?
Right. And that's the other thing too. Like, the last few times we've gone out, it's been zero wind and high sky, high sun. And I was finding that we were having more success when it's windy, cloudy, and a little cooler. Whereas deer hunting, it's like, I don't want that heavy wind. While I'm hunting, I don't want that swirling wind, anything like that. So,
and I bring that up too because I was having a conversation with someone who's a dedicated waterfowl guy, but dabbles in deer hunting still. Like, just put some venison in the freezer every year, and he said, for me, it's the interactiveness with duck hunting, where you get to talk to them and they'll talk back. And it's when you think about it that way, it's really, really cool. You can grunt bucks in. I've done that before, right? But I mean, I'm grunting with a lot less success than I am calling ducks, and I'm not even good at calling. So it's really fun.
I think that's why turkey hunting appeals to me too, is just that interaction with the turkey. And again, deer, it's, you could grunt 10 times and maybe one time they come into it, So turkey, it's like as soon as you're out there, you start yelping and you'll hear that gobble. So
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I derailed us, Jeff. We were talking about, I don't even know what we were talking about, but I got on a tangent there.
No, you're good. You're good. So what with it being your first year, Josh, what's been like the biggest shock to you in terms of like the biggest learning curve you think that you've had to face so far?
leading the ducks.
Okay, so the shooting side of things.
Yep. I had to learn so the first duck I got was my first shot, got him right away. And I've come to realize I was probably pretty lucky because I was not leading the duck like I should have been. But I said, I'm so used to, with deer hunting, it's like put the crosshairs on the deer and shoot, and it's like I had to learn by trial and error that I got to lead that duck, So,
and if you're doing it right, you're typically not even looking at the bead of the gun, right?
Okay. Yep.
You're just looking at the target and swinging through the target.
Yep. And that
Tyler
actually,
learned that one the hard way.
I was gonna say we've got a whole episode about that. It really helped me and Jeff, but not Tyler so much. Go back and listen to that one.
Did not help. That was a great episode. People should definitely go back and listen to that one. Josh, you should too. Just make sure you hit your mount. That's the biggest thing. Okay, your mount's got to be right. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah, that I have taken some tips from my daughter on that one with her trap shooting. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you have the success the rest of the year for sure, and you keep coming back. That's pretty cool that they got you hooked.
Yeah, I'm excited for it to actually be cold out there and see what this brings. So
yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, kind of want to switch gears a little bit and talk about Sitka Vernon Hills. Kind of talk about the store a little bit. And you mentioned you're the marketing coordinator or events coordinator? I forgot what your actual title was.
It's community coordinator, but I always tell everyone it's marketing coordinator. It's just easier that way.
Marketing coordinator. Perfect.
Yeah.
So when did I know there's not too many Sitka stores. I think there's one in Minnesota. I know there's your guys' store in Illinois. There's a couple other ones. When did the Vernon Hills store open?
Our 1 year is actually going to be the 23rd, I believe.
Oh, so it's very, very recent.
Yep. So we are, we opened actually opening day of, I think it was Illinois' firearm season started the Friday. We opened that Saturday, which was Wisconsin's opening for firearm. So I started a week late, but yeah. Yeah, it's only been a year. Most of the stores are right around, a year or less. With our recent one being Knoxville, that's only a couple months old now.
So we have a lot of Wisconsin listeners. So geographically, like where is Vernon Hills? Like how far would that be from Wisconsin?
So I always say it's basically 20 minutes south if you're taking I-94 south. Go down to Town Line Road, and we're just west of there.
Yeah, so it's close.
It is very close. I mean, it's a 30-minute commute for me, and I'm in Bristol. So it's not bad at all. We honestly get so many people from Wisconsin down there. I think just the location is right for that. So
yeah, so I visited the store. Was it this summer, I believe, is when I was in there. We made a trip down to Chicago with the kids and made an excuse to stop on the way. And and that's where we got connected. But it's a really cool store. I got to admit, it was really neat. And that was my biggest issue with Sitka stuff because I'm part of the program, the pro program, but I never had a chance to try any of the stuff on. So it was like either go all the way up to Appleton to Shields, or I could drive down to the Sitka store.
Right.
So it was really neat to be able to actually like put my hands on all the clothes and try them on and do that kind of stuff before I would buy online.
Yeah. And I think our biggest benefit of that is guys trying to buy waders. I've had so many guys come in that tell me they bought 2 waders at a time because they weren't sure what size they would be, if they'd be in between different ones. And now that they have the store, we have them fully stocked. They can just try them all on. So the only ones we don't have yet are the new vent light waders. Those will be coming soon. So,
and those are just like a lighter weight version of the standard one, right?
Yep. So instead of a rubber boot, it's our vent light Gore-Tex boot. So it'll be a lightweight wader for you.
Gotcha. So not as insulated, right? The boots aren't as heavy.
They're actually warmer boot. They're
Really?
Our vent lights are comparable to a 1,600 gram Thinsulate.
Interesting.
But
okay.
They're breathable, so you can wear them up to 60 degrees. So
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at them and I didn't read the full description or whatever. I wasn't quite sure, but it looked like it was a warmer weather type of wader compared to the other ones.
Yeah, no, with the vent lights, with it being that breathable Gore-Tex with the Primaloft insulation, it actually goes down to -40 and then up to 60 degrees on vent light boots.
Dang.
So, yeah.
Might have to look a little closer at those now.
Yeah, I wore mine deer hunting this past week.
Did you really?
Yeah, it dropped. I think we got to like 19 or 20 one of the mornings. So
you were wearing waders in the deer stand?
No.
Okay, your vent light boots, yeah.
Vent light boots, yeah.
I was thinking waders, like, what in the hell are you doing?
Not the waders.
I suppose some guys are going after those marsh bucks, and
yeah, I mean,
wear their waders.
Some guys do.
Yeah. So back to the store. I know we got kind of sidetracked with the waders, but what you said you guys get a lot of people from Wisconsin. What are the majority of your hunters? Like, what are they chasing? Are they mostly whitetail guys or waterfowl guys? What do you typically see?
It's honestly a dead split. I mean, we get both. We get guys who will visit the whitetail section, then go to the waterfowl section. It is honestly a split.
Nice.
We do get a few people in the area that go out west elk hunting. So we'll kind of outfit them for their trip. Always tell them to come back, bring pictures, because we love seeing that. But yeah, we get quite the variety.
I don't even know how Sitka. I mean, Matt, you probably will know this more than me, but what did Sitka really just start with? Was it out like Western big game hunting? I would assume that was how they started, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it started with, but with the popularity on, waterfowl, whitetail, it just kept growing from there.
Sure. I'm waiting for them to get into some more upland stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Something may.
Okay.
We do have a few items that quite a few people buy. Like our grinder pant. It's a waterfowl pant, but it's extremely rugged and durable. A lot of our upland guys use that. And then our Jetstream jackets just came out, the new ones, and are very durable too. So a lot of upland guys are using those.
Matt, did you say you had grinder pants?
Yeah.
You wear those for upland hunting too?
No, I mean, I used it dove hunting quite a bit this year, the couple times that I went out. But
nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to write those down too here. I'm going to have a big laundry list, a big price tag after this podcast. We're just getting started here, and I'm already writing stuff down.
I know. If you're gonna pay for Josh's time here, so
that's right.
Well, what's the top selling like waterfowl product that folks come into your store and buy?
Probably, I mean, recently it's been Hudson's. I mean, the Hudson jacket, Hudson bibs. I think the reason those are so popular is it's kind of our mid-weight system, but you can layer underneath it. So if you are someone that, you're sweating like crazy, throwing out decoys, picking them up, whatever you're having to do, you're not wearing our blizzard jacket and just melting underneath it. I think guys like the versatility of the Hudson, where you could wear it a little earlier, you could wear it later in the season, just have to layer underneath it. So
That's I have a couple of buddies besides Matt who love their Sitka gear, and so
yeah,
they're like the first two things on your list need to be the Hudson jacket and the duck oven.
yeah.
So those two items.
Duck oven. So Hudson is going to be waterproof. Duck oven will be water resistant, but you'll still have the wind stopper in it. So as long as you don't need that waterproof, duck oven is the absolute way to go. And we have the duck oven light now, which is pretty sweet.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
My list is growing here too.
I have a duck oven light right over here if you want to see it.
I feel like all of us are like all scrolling right now, looking as we're having this conversation.
I tell you what, that wind stopper though, I went out to Minnesota upland hunting 2 weekends ago now, I think it was. And I was wearing my Jetstream jacket for the first couple days, and the wind, perfect wind stopper. Like I didn't feel any wind. I was nice and warm. And the last day it was a little colder. So I had my Traverse jacket with me, which I thought would be, a little bit warmer because it's got the fleece in the arms. I tell you what, it was like 20-mile-an-hour winds that day, and it cut right through that jacket. And that right there, just showed me how much of a difference that wind stopper makes.
Yep. I always tell people use your Traverse as an insulator.
Yeah.
So you can wear that
warm when it's not windy.
Yep. So you wear that underneath like a Jetstream, or if you're deer hunting, you can wear it under a Stratus. Then you have your insulator, and then over top of that, you have your wind stopper. So
you don't realize how much of a difference it makes until you're in 20-mile-an-hour winds and you just feel it cutting right through on your arms and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even all the way down to the gloves. I use the Jetstream gloves. I've had it where I forgot them, and I wore my Traverse gloves, and you can feel the difference just from that wind cutting through it.
Gotcha. So the Traverse, I know that's one of their top selling jackets, I believe, isn't it? That in the Jetstream?
Yeah.
So that will be warmer, but it doesn't have the wind stopper. And that kind of goes the same for the gloves and everything in that line.
Yeah. I mean, I always kind of recommend, if you are doing the Traverse, especially the jacket, you got to have a wind stopper just in case. It is a warm jacket, but you're going to feel it when it is windy. Same with the gloves. Jetstream having that wind stopper, it's kind of, in my opinion, that's kind of the way to go.
Tyler, I kind of stole the conversation there on
good. Yeah. We're so, I mean, I don't want to take it in a completely different direction. I have questions because you're the marketing coordinator, the community coordinator, correct? So,
yeah.
Okay. So I think I see every single event that you guys put out on social media for whatever, like Facebook, Meta. They push your stuff into my feed, so I see all the stuff there. And you guys specifically have set up a ton of professional dog trainers to come in.
Yep.
Folks that I know, folks that they don't really know me, but I know who they are, right? I've ran tests and things, hunt tests and things with them. Is there a specific strategy with that, or how did you come up with that and get those folks coming into your
Honestly, store? I keep getting requests for it. And I always kind of run with, bringing the events that people want to see, bringing an event that the partner that I'm working with on this event does a great job of also promoting the event. And all these dog trainers that I've brought in have been awesome. Every time they come, we get people. I mean, the last one we had Tyler Cook in. We had people from Stevens Point come down to see him. There were a few people drove 2 hours somewhere. They were somewhere in Wisconsin, drove down just to see him. He brought in a litter of puppies that he had, and brought in all several different age groups of the dogs, and just showed the different training in it. And I think, one, there's a ton of interest in that in our area, and two, people walking around the mall see somebody doing a dog train event, and they come and watch it as well. So, and that whole area is dog friendly. They actually welcome you bringing in your dog around all those stores. So the property management loves it when I do the dog events there too. So
I'm sure it brings in a whole new crowd of folks though too. So I mean, that's huge.
It
right?
does.
It's all Italy and building the community, and getting folks into the store, and that way they can come back. They see what you have to offer, and then they come back. So
yeah, and each trainer I've brought in has different training methods. So I feel like each trainer we have brought in, like you said, is a whole different group that's coming with them to watch it. So that there was one time frame, I think over 3 months, I had 3 dog trainers all lined up, and I'm like, man, that's a lot. But each time more and more people would come to see them. So I'm like, well, if people want to keep seeing it, I'll keep doing it. I figured I'd run one more before we get to the winter, which we're doing another one on the 15th.
Now, I think when we talked, you guys kind of do like a block party type event too, where you just have a bunch of different companies from all over the area come in all at once.
Yeah, so we did a season kickoff.
That's what it was.
Yeah, so I brought in a couple local guides. I brought in Tangle Free. Who else was there? Local to you guys, archery shop. Whale Tails, we had brought it. They came down. I had called them because I always use them. So, but yeah, that was just what I did with that. Is basically, it was a season kickoff. Everyone's getting excited for the seasons that are about to start, and just gave them options of different vendors to talk to. So Domain was another big one. For your food plots, they do all the seed for that. So I brought them in. They did a booth. Whitetail Properties, and just to give, not only let people shop at Sitka, but everyone has questions at the beginning of the year. Give them options of people to talk to.
Now, is that something you foresee doing every year at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, I believe we will do a season kickoff each year. And then I'll probably do something not as big, but something similar for turkey season.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's going to be coming up pretty soon here.
Yeah, last year we did, BHA came in and did a turkey calling event. So I may do something similar and see what goes from there.
I love the season kickoff type of block party feel. It's like a mini trade show, except it's pretty much everything that I actually want to see, instead of like 3/4 of the stuff being stuff that I don't actually care about. Right? Like I don't need to eat the roasted nuts that are set up across the booth from from me up in the Dells, or
You don't
You
need
know,
to, but you want to.
oh yeah, I do. I mean, I want to spend $20 on that giant one and just hammer that thing in like 10 minutes. It's all really good stuff, and that's the type of thing where it's like, you know what? It's a 90-minute drive. That might be worth making a weekend out of it, kind of thing, or at least making a day out of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the goal with it is, not only to get people, excited to be at a Sitka store, but, give them options of, different things to see while they're there. If you have questions on, a guide service in the area, we had Griffin Outdoors, one of the local guides by us, there to talk to people. So just giving people options.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's awesome.
Now, aside from the events, I know you guys are doing some different like collections and collaborations recently. I think you had mentioned you have that, was it the Folds of Honor, I think it's called, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about that a little bit.
I will show you one. So I don't know if you can see that. So that's Folds of Honor hat. A Sitka logo on the side. And then this is the Folds of Honor Sitka jacket, American flag, and Folds of Honor there. So Folds is a big foundation that works with disabled and killed in the line of duty military first responders, works with their family, and we collaborated some items with them. And then we're creating this event on the 15th, and they're going to be coming in and talking about their foundation. So we got, jackets, hoodies, t-shirts, our duffels. They did a really good job with this gear, and for such a great foundation, it should be a good time this on the 15th. So
15th. Is that something that's happening at all the Sitka stores, or is that specific to Vernon Hills?
So it happened at each one, different dates for different stores. For mine, I scheduled it the 15th just because I wanted to make sure that it kind of gave people an opportunity to be there between. I didn't want to touch, firearm season, and stayed away from beginning of November with the rut and everything like that. So kind of balanced it in the middle, just so that if people are in the area, they can come out and kind of hear what Folds is all about.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it before, so I'm definitely going to have to research it a little bit more. It sounds like a really cool group.
Yeah, they, I went on their website and kind of researched it myself, and just some of the stuff they do is amazing. So it's we're actually opening up early on the 15th. We're going to open at 8 a.m. We're going to do pancake breakfast from 8 to 10. And they're coming out and they're going to be talking about their foundation. Local fire department, the local police department are coming out. Naval, I think Navy is sending a few people, and local VFW is going to be coming out too.
That's great. Now, if you buy a piece of this collection, is it more just to bring awareness, or is some of that money going toward to the group?
It goes to a portion of it does go to Folds of Honor.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, we have a whole little section for it. Yeah. No, go ahead.
I was saying, who's cooking the pancakes?
My boss.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I told I'll be running around the store with different things. They say you got to cook.
We love a pancake breakfast in my house. We travel for pancakes.
Well, former firefighter though, I bet you've cooked a couple pancakes in your days at the firehouse, huh?
Plenty of breakfasts cooked.
That's right.
My family, we are huge supporters of those. Anytime any fire department around us has a pancake breakfast, we're there.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yeah. And we had a first responder event. I believe it was in June, and the local fire department came out. They did a touch a truck, and it was like they spent so much time there. They went above and beyond, and I'm like, you know what? This time, let's do a breakfast where it's something like they can look forward to. They can hang out for a little bit. Hopefully, they don't get any calls, and kind of treat them for this one.
That's awesome. That sounds like that's going to be a really cool event. And hopefully you guys get a good turnout for that one.
Yeah, I think it will be. We've gotten quite a few responses online, so I think it should be a good time. And I just look forward to a lot of guys hearing about folds, just the stuff they do. I think it'll be a great opportunity to listen to them. So
yeah, just the awareness you're going to bring. Like, I had never heard of them before, Tyler, Matt. I don't know if you guys had, but just now we're talking about it, and I read about it, and I've seen the emails kick off, and it's going to bring a ton of awareness. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
Yeah.
So.
Now, before we started recording too, we talked about some of the other collaborations. You have the 24/7 hat on.
Yep.
Are there any other collaborations that are in the mix right now that you guys are working on that you can talk about?
So I haven't heard of any that are coming up. We had this one. I know there's a Delta waterfowl hoodie online. That was online only. This 24/7 logoed stuff was also online. But the folds, every single store got one of those.
That's cool.
So we usually find out kind of last minute so that nothing gets spoiled. So, yeah.
Matt, did you end up getting a Delta hoodie? I know I sent that to you.
No, I haven't yet. No.
Oh, come on, man. It's like the best of both worlds there. You're a Delta guy, you're a Sitka guy.
I know it checks both boxes there.
Now with the store, are you guys often running a lot of like promotions that you can't get online?
There are a few items that, every once in a while the pricing may be slightly different. We're never above what it would be online. But I also, will run different coupons at like different events that we see where, I may hand you a coupon at an event or something like that you can use in the store. But pretty much for the most part, everything's going to be same pricing as online. The only thing really different is one, we're going to have our Illinois and Chicago logoed items where the online doesn't. And then we'll have some of our third party items, like we have Yetis, the turtle boxes, stuff like that. So, yeah.
I think the biggest thing I had ended up getting a Jetstream jacket, and so did my wife, but it was the older version. So I think that was the big thing too, is you can kind of find that stuff at the store sometimes when they switch versions, and you'll get a pretty heavy discount on it.
Yeah. So we have a kind of a little sales rack in the center of the store. Most of that stuff is sold out online, whereas you can still get it at the store a lot of times. I've had people coming in still buying our Equinox Guard stuff, so it has the insect shield in it to protect from ticks and mosquitoes. And guys are still looking for it. A lot of that's sold out online, but we still have full size runs and a lot of it at the store. So I think it's just, it did so well kind of all summer long that we kept replenishing it. And then obviously as it gets colder, it kind of slows down with that type of stuff, but guys still wear it. I mean, I've had ticks on me in 40-degree weather before. So depending on where I'm going, I'll wear it too. So,
Oh yeah. Those things creep me out, man.
yeah.
We get so many of them on me and the dog, and it's just. But every time you pick one of those off, I'm like, I cannot get that thing in the toilet and flush it quick enough. It just gives me the creeps.
Yeah.
What-
I
yeah,
know. I wore so that Equinox Guard stuff. So we have the pants, the hoodie, the gloves. I've always been spray my clothes down with permethrin, and once this Equinox Guard came out, I'm like, okay, am I going to trust that this stuff's going to work when I'm walking through the turkey field and there's ticks everywhere, you know? And it worked. I didn't have one tick on me. This was the second year that I wore it. This year I was sitting basically right next to a bunch of tall grass, and I'm kind of checking myself. I'm like, all right, no ticks on me. Lift up my gun. There's 2 on the barrel. So it's like that stuff works.
So they have an entire kit for that.
It's in the clothing.
Okay, but you can get a whole tick in or a whole kit in that line, right? You said there's pants,
so there's
jackets,
pants.
gloves.
So right now there's pants and a hoodie and then gloves.
Gotcha.
So the hoodie is real light. It's almost like a sun shirt. And then both are SPF 50, and both are very breathable. The pants actually have the zips on the side to vent out. So
perfect for your springtime turkey adventures.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, people should be. I mean, I know it's colder out, but Saturday it was what, 30-some degrees, low 30s for a high in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I was helping my brother-in-law track a deer through the woods, and he found a tick on him.
Yeah.
Last weekend, Maggie had 3 on her after family pictures, and the week before pheasant hunting, I had 1 on me. So that's in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. It's just, it's like, oh, it's 40 degrees, sure. But even below, like, even at freezing, they were still out. It's wild. So, like, value in having that all year round.
Yeah, I read an article that unless there is snow on the ground, they are still active.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
depressing.
it's the deer tick. The little ones are the ones you really got to watch out for.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I think. I'm not a doctor here, but I believe those are the ones that carry the Lyme's disease, where your typical wood ticks, like the bigger ones, won't.
Right.
But of course, the ones that are hardest to find are the ones that are the worst to get on you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and a few of my buddies down in Southern Illinois, they're talking about that alpha gale that's starting to break out down in Southern Illinois. So that's the one where you're allergic to red meat.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, how terrible would that be?
Yeah. That would not work for me.
Just be pheasants and grouse only after that. You really quickly turn into an upland bird hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be depressing. I would be donating a lot of venison to local food pantries.
Yeah,
that awesome.
Do that too.
So, yes.
Yep.
Yes. Since I have like 18 doe tags in the southern farmland zone. So the tick stuff. I think about that stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Whether
I
it's
mean,
your dogs.
You wouldn't believe how many people we get coming into the store that said their buddy wore this last weekend, so he's coming in to buy it this weekend. It's totally a word of mouth type of product, and it works.
All right, the list is adding up here, and we haven't even really gotten into the nitty gritty yet. But maybe this is a good time to do so.
Yeah, that's the perfect segue, Jeffrey. Take it away.
So, Josh, one of the big things we wanted to talk about tonight, right, with it getting colder outside, this is kind of the time where guys are starting to bundle up and layer up and keep themselves warm out there in the blind and in the tree stands. So I kind of want to talk about cold weather gear a little bit, and like how can we stay warmer out in the field?
Yeah, so I always say it kind of depends on how you want to do it. So for me personally, like if I'm whitetail hunting, it's Fanatic. Um, the Fanatic system is the one I'll wear. So that's the one with the Berber jacket, Berber bibs. And then you have the anti-burr material from mid-thigh down.
That's like the fuzzy
Yep.
look to it, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So that is kind of the way to go with that. If you are a person that is going to be hiking quite a bit to get to your stand, the best way to do it is, if you're going to wear that, open completely up and pack your jacket. The other option is wearing a stratus and going synthetic base layers underneath it and having like ambient for a mid layer. So that's kind of the options I always say for whitetail. For waterfowl, like I said, Hudson guys kind of, it seems like one of the more popular items. They are going to be, you could wear the Hudson, you could wear Traverse underneath it for an insulator. You could wear, even if you wanted to, a duck oven light underneath it. And then the other option, like we talked about earlier, is the duck oven. You could do the Hudson bibs, duck oven jacket. If it's extreme cold, we do have the Blizzard, which is a lot heavier system. You won't need as much underneath it, but depending on how cold it does get, there are still options with base layers, mid layers, and I always say your best. You have a couple options for insulators. You have one, like we talked about, Traverse. Two is the ambient. So ambient, you could use that waterfowl, you could use that whitetail. With the ambient, it has an active insulation in it. So if you're wearing your synthetic base layer, don't wear a t-shirt underneath it. Should be next to skin, because that's going to be pulling moisture away from you. So especially if you're going to be walking quite a bit, you're going to be sweating, and your enemy in the cold is getting wet. So pulling that moisture away with your synthetic, then having the ambient over top of that ambient will basically dry out with your body heat. So it's an active insulation. And then you can pack an outer layer and throw it on once you get to the blind or the stand, or you could wear it and just keep it opened up.
Now, you mentioned moisture is the worst enemy for somebody getting cold. Like, do you think that is legitimately the number one reason people get cold?
Absolutely.
Is because they get moisture and they can't get rid of it?
Yep. I always say probably one of the biggest mistakes I hear when guys are talking is, they won't even think about it. I always wear a t-shirt underneath something that I'm wearing, and they'll wear a t-shirt under that base layer, and that base or that t-shirt is that cotton wetting out, and then you're freezing. I always tell people, if you are getting a synthetic base layer, wear that next to your skin. Wool is another option that we have. Wool, I always say, if you are going from your truck to your stand, wool is a great option. The only reason I say, like, if you're hiking quite a bit, is wool is slower than synthetic. So synthetic moves moisture faster. Wool will still move moisture, but it's just a slower process. So if you're really sweating, you're going to start wetting out, and you could get cold, but eventually it will dry out on you.
So for your base layer, like you have your merino wool line, right, with the different weights, I think, right? And then what is the equivalent of that in the synthetic? What is that, the name of that one?
So we do the core lightweight, midweight, heavyweight.
Okay. I have the
Yeah.
midweight zip tee, so that's got like the
Yep.
grid fleece on the inside.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of my go-to on most of the time. That's what I'm wearing.
Yeah, it's a great piece. It actually is like it's surprisingly very warm in my opinion. Actually, like,
Yeah.
I know Matt, you said
That-
that you didn't think it was that very warm, but I found myself sweating in that occasionally.
Yeah.
That's just because I'm used to the heavyweight. I've
The
had
heavyweight.
several of them for years. Then you go down to a midweight, and it's not even in the same ballpark as far as like
Yeah.
warm. Yeah.
Yeah. Even so, I know I said with our merino or with merino wool, it's going to be slower process, but actually our 330, which is our basically the equivalent to the heavyweight, has a synthetic interior.
Hmm.
So that will help move moisture like a synthetic would. But I can't stress enough, don't wear t-shirts underneath base layers.
That makes sense. Like I've never done that, but I can definitely see people doing that, or they wear a wife beater under it, or an undershirt because that's what they're used to doing every single day. You know,
Right. And I mean, it's a force of habit, and you just got to break yourself from that.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
yeah.
Sorry, calling it a wife beater probably isn't PC anymore, but everybody knows what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah.
Tyler,
Yeah,
I saw your face
now I
when
gotta-
I used that.
Yeah, now I have to mark this episode as explicit again when I publish it.
It's
So,
explicit every time because of me. I always say some sort of swear word. Sorry, Mom. I know she listens. Oh, that's funny. So you think so? Base layers. I know I've heard this before that if you're gonna spend money on good gear, like your base layer is probably like the most important piece. Do you agree with that?
Yep. So I always say your base layer is your foundation. So you want your foundation to be your strongest part of your house. So that's how your base layer is. So that's why I always say don't ruin your system by not wearing it properly. And yeah, your base layers are going to be the most important. I always recommend, especially in cold weather, having a wind stopper. And depending on the size of that wind stopper, depends on what you'll need for a mid layer. So
Yep. See, Tyler, you got to get a real nice base layer to go with your Walmart special jacket that you picked up in Oklahoma last year.
Yeah.
See, as long as you
I
got that high quality base layer, you'll be golden.
yep.
bingo. I actually the like the Dakota vests,
Yeah.
like that wind stopper type system, like that's my jam. Like that's probably gonna be the first thing that I buy. Like that is a huge. That's just
So, what is the modern day equivalent of the Dakota hoodie? Because I don't think you guys have that anymore. And that is I would have bought 2 more if I knew that was not going to exist someday.
So that is the duck oven light.
Okay,
Oh,
'Cause, man,
new one, man.
the wind stop and the fleece on the inside. Like
Yep. So
I'll bundle up with base layers and throw a vest on underneath it, even if it's like super cold, and I will be sweating putting decoys out, or I'll usually leave it off until I get back in the boat.
Yeah.
That's my go-to for 5-6 years now.
yeah, a lot of people have asked for it. That was a huge seller last year at the store.
Yeah.
And really it's just been replaced by the duck oven light. Kind of keeping, 2 names the same, and that way you have an option for you want the heavier duck oven, or you can have the duck oven light with the hoodie. And
Yeah, I'll have to try that lightweight version because I had tried on the original duck oven and it was too puffy for my style.
yeah, I think you'd love the duck oven light then. It's not bulky at all, but it'll keep you warm.
Well, we'll add that one to the list here too. We're probably about like $1,000 now. So
Let's see here.
yeah.
We have them in Marsh at the store too.
oh yeah.
Oh boy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. I mean, I'm the duck oven light and vest, Dakota vest. There we go.
Yeah.
Boom. I'm done.
Yeah,
Sorry, Tom.
and the only thing with the duck oven light that I kind of wish it had, I wish it had the pockets up here with your, for while you're wearing your waders.
Yeah.
But one thing I did, or I have done, is wore my Dakota vest over top of it. And then I have my pockets here.
Yeah. I love the upper pockets. I
Yeah.
always stick my hands in there with either my
Yep.
bibs on or my waders constantly. So you don't want to bury
Yeah.
them.
Right. I wore the duck oven light and I'm like reaching for pockets. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't have them.
So, all right, Josh, this will be the test.
Yeah.
Let's say you're going out in a boat. It's a crappy, windy day, 20 degrees, late November, waterfowl hunting. What are you wearing from head to toe?
So what
You
I
can
will
start with your
wear,
underwear, but
yeah. So I'll have my waders, just in case. But what I do is, have you guys seen the gradient pants?
Mhm.
The wader pants.
Wader
So,
pants.
I was just asking you about those. Yeah.
yeah. So that's my go-to for my bottom layer. If it's 20 below that, even 30 or below, depending on the activity, that's kind of my go-to. I'd be wearing my heavyweight socks. And then upper layer, 20 degrees, I'd probably be up to my heavyweight synthetic, and then duck oven light or duck oven, depending. And then just baseball cap. I don't like wearing stocking hats.
Never cover the ears, huh?
No.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I usually have to
No,
cover them to the start, and then I'll end up taking it off afterwards. But
Yeah. Even if my head or neck starts getting cold, I'll throw my hood up, but I don't like the feeling of a beanie on my head. Yeah. I always got to have the brim, which we do have the GTX hats, but I still don't like.
yeah.
I don't know.
See,
It's just a
I'll put
feeling
the
thing
stocking
for me.
hat over the top of my baseball hat because I do
Yeah.
like the brim too.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, my ears never really, get cold. The only thing it kind of does is back of the neck, and I'll just throw the hood up.
You know what I found is a game changer for deer hunting? I'll stick one of those like XL heating bags, like the heating pads,
Yep.
the ones that stick. Have you seen those?
Yep.
You
Yeah.
stick that sucker on the back of your neck. Oh, that thing will keep you warm for hours and
I
hours.
always tell people too, so with the Fanatic jacket, there's that kangaroo pouch, in the center, and then there's another pocket over top of that, which kind of accesses that kangaroo pouch. I always throw one of those oversized hand heaters or back heaters in there,
Yeah.
and then you got a warmer in your pocket.
And you don't have to wear gloves.
Yeah,
That's the
which I
best.
loves too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gloves are a killer.
I will wear the Jetstream HDs, but that's as thick as I get.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody was looking at some of the other brands, and Sitka was one of them, right? We have what are some of the heavy hitters? There's First Light. Is it Kuiu? I don't even know how to say that. And then Sheen or Shane, or I don't even know how to say that one either. I know how to say Sitka, thankfully.
We made it easy.
Yeah. Why? Like, what would be your elevator pitch for somebody that's thinking that's in between one of these brands, and why should they go to Sitka?
It's just the product development. I mean, I've heard John Barklow talk so much about the development that goes in this product. You see the videos of the tests that gets done with this product, and there's so much development in it that I just trust it. And the first piece of Sitka that I bought was a Fanatic, and that was about 6 or 7 years ago. Wearing it one time and not being cold during gun season sold me on Sitka right away. But besides my personal experience, it's the product development. I mean, they don't skimp on anything. It's, from testing all the way till when it comes out, this product works.
Nice. Yeah, I
So-
saw some of that. Was that Corey Leffler that was doing a hunt out in Kodiak or something like that?
Yeah.
And they showed a bunch of like highlights of him testing out some new gear. That looked crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that, and, we're part of Gore. So that's where you see our waterproof materials made with Gore-Tex. And there's Gore Labs where a lot of that stuff is tested besides the field testing. And it's just so much is put into it that it's never the case where it's like, let's just put this product out and see how it does. We want to see how this product does, then put it out,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you said it took what, 3 or 4 years to come out with those new boots. Just kind of shows you how much testing is going into it, and they're not just throwing something out there to make a quick buck.
Right, exactly. And I think Sitka has kind of gotten a reputation for being a great product, and they don't want to lose that reputation. And you don't want to skimp on the testing and the research that goes into that product.
Mm-hmm.
So, it feels like we have a high standard with our product, and we want to keep it that way.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just kind of recently started buying more and more Sitka stuff, and I wasn't quite sure about it initially, that I wanted to spend, not that I wasn't sure on the product, but it was like, okay, is it actually worth this much more, where I could go to one of these other brands like Drake or any of those other brands that are a little bit more budget friendly. But I tell you, like, after I bought that first couple pieces, it was like, wow, this stuff is really truly worth the price.
Yeah, and I feel like that, especially with this product, is you get what you pay for in it, and it's just, I don't know, it works.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying it, I work for Sitka, but I've worn it for years before that, to where it's like, before I even start working for this company, I believed in this company. So yeah.
My only complaint with Sitka is I'm more of like the old school traditional camo pattern guy. Like, if you could get me some mossy oak bottomlands and some Sitka stuff, like, that would be pretty badass.
I'm kind of a sucker for the old school patterns, and I have my Maxis Wicked Wing is the old school Browning pattern, and it was like I could get a few different patterns. I'm like, no, I need that old school pattern.
Is there a world that exists where mossy oak and Sitka can
collaborate? I, so. I haven't heard anything.
Oh, that'd be pretty sweet, though. Come on.
Yeah,
a man can dream, though, right?
Wow, we're past the hour mark here, boys.
Yeah, it goes fast.
Does go fast. Jeff, Matt, what else do you got before we start to
I don't know if my budget can afford any more recommendations here. I got like 5 different things written down. And
what's your well, I'll ask Matt and Jeff this question. So Jeff, you first. What's your next purchase?
I think it's going to be the pants that we talked about. The why am I blanking on it? The ones me and you just talked about, Josh. The wader pants.
Oh, the gradients.
The gradient pants.
The gradients. Yeah.
So just last weekend, I went out for an evening hunt in a local marsh by us, and I'm now wearing uninsulated waders. I bought some new front zip waders they're not Sitkas, but they're uninsulated. And I was sitting in the water. So I was sitting in waist high water, and my legs got very cold.
Yeah.
And I had merino on, and I had a pair of sweatpants on, and then the uninsulated waders. And it was 30 degrees out. but
Yeah.
I was shivering. My legs were shivering after sitting out there for an hour. So I think that'll be my next purchase.
Yeah, I think the thing I like about them the most is, one, they're warm. Two, they have a stirrup on it to keep them in place to where they're not sliding up on you or anything like that. Three is the outside material of it slides through the waders so nice. Even, I've worn them underneath my Stratus pants deer hunting, and you can slide your pants right on. Some of the material may kind of stick as you're pulling your legs through. Like this just slides right through. And on top of that, you can wear them at the cabin later as your sweatpants.
Yep. And it almost looked like you could wear a pair of sweatpants over the top of them if it's real cold out.
Yeah, I mean, you could. You may start sweating a little bit, but yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So Matt, you have a considerable Sitka setup from a gear standpoint.
Yeah.
Wow. What's next?
I was gonna say, so those gradient wader pants didn't make the cut last summer when we ordered. So that's been on the list. I was eyeing up that Alpha Fleece hooded jacket. I checked that out at Shields. It just looks like a lighter weight. I mean, I wear my Sitka stuff through the fall and winter as my primary clothes anyway. So like a lighter weight fall jacket is kind of what I was looking at. Maybe in a solid. That was one I've been eyeing up. I really like that one. I think those are the only two things. More base layers, just so I don't have to have them cycling in and out of the laundry room or hanging up somewhere in the house. I'm always good for that. So I think those are the only things that I know I want. I don't have a heavier jacket, but just the way I've layered, I've really never had that problem. But that's kind of what I've been looking at for the last year or so.
Yeah, I would say too, keep an eye out for some of our everyday stuff. We have a couple shackets that just came out. They're pretty nice. One's an ambient shacket.
Okay.
We have that one at store, but it's basically the technology with the ambient, but in kind of like an everyday piece. So if you are looking for something like fall, winter type of wear, everyday wear, that'd be a good one.
Say my winter jacket is a Sitka. I don't remember what the name of it is. I don't think it's on there anymore, but that's the warmest winter jacket I've ever worn, like owned. A buddy of mine owned.
Is it the Bluff Berber?
I don't think so. Oh man, they had two different, like I had the older model and then the newer one that they had like pockets up here.
All right.
Not the grindstone. Maybe it was the grindstone.
So we have the grindstone jacket. It's like a kind of a rugged, almost like a denim material, or not denim, but like kind of a rugged material on it.
It was the older version of the grindstone. I've had that for a couple years now. It's the nicest jacket I've ever owned, and my wife has her Jetstream jacket as her winter jacket.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Those grindstones are nice.
Yeah, that was a great jacket.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. Let's start to wrap this thing up here. So, Josh, the way that we like to wrap things up on this podcast is with a lightning round that we'd like to call Sky Blast questions. So, we are going to rattle off a whole bunch of questions to you.
All right.
They could be hunting related, they could be food related, they could be anything related.
All right.
We'll ask the questions. Your job is to just spit out the first thing that comes to mind. And it's usually a pretty fun, fast-moving way to wrap up the podcast here.
Sure.
Okay. Gentlemen, who wants to go?
Matthew?
Sure. I usually go first. I think you already mentioned it, your waterfowl gun of choice that you shoot.
Yep. Maxus 2 Wicked Wing.
Awesome. You've only been, do you have any waterfowl taxidermy yet? Having only been in, okay. Do you have a favorite whitetail taxidermy mount that you've had or acquired over the years?
I have my favorite one is I have a whitetail I shot that's 22-inch inside width.
Ooh.
but the points are only like 4 inches tall all the way around. 16-point buck with points that big.
16 pointer. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
I had seen them, on the camera multiple times. I'm like, I wonder what this thing looks like, in person. And sure enough, like November 7th, 2014, he came to me within a half hour. So
Nice.
November 7th is my date for I actually just shot a buck November 7th this year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
That's my go-to date.
Awesome. What is we've talked a lot about the hunting gear, and you mentioned every day. If you're Tyler and you're building your list here of things to buy, what would be your number one suggestion for every day, whether it be a jacket or something else?
For every day,
Yep.
our flannels. I love our
Okay.
flannels. Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. I might have to get my hands in, try that out now. I can't.
All right,
Yeah.
add that to the list.
I don't know if Jeff told you, Josh. We're really easy sells on this podcast. People come on and we just buy their stuff.
Yeah. I think that's all I usually would. I think I'm good. That's what I had.
All right. I'll go. Favorite Sitka camo pattern? I know there's only a few, but
Elevated too.
elevated too. Okay.
Yeah.
Now in the waterfowl one, I know there's
Marsh.
only two of those. Do you like the marsh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. This is not related to anything about this podcast, but where do you stand on the whole 6-7 trend?
My kids are annoying me with it.
Yeah, sounds about right. My 5-year-old even came home saying it the other day.
It's like I can't watch a football game anymore because anytime it's 6-7, they're over here doing this.
Oh god. All right, follow up. Do you even know what it means?
No,
Can you help me? Okay, nobody seems to know what this means.
I don't even think they know what it means. So
No.
I think we're good.
All right, my last one. Have you purchased any of your own calls yet?
I have not yet. So
Okay.
I've been relying on my buddies that I've been going with and kind of getting an idea. And then I haven't bought anything yet because I'm like, I'm not going to blow it while I'm out with them. So I figure at the end of the season, I will be purchasing a few of them and practicing like crazy. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Away from everybody so nobody
yeah,
can hear
yeah.
you.
Yep.
All right, the follow-up to that, besides calls, what do you have on your list? What's the next thing besides clothing for waterfowling that you want to buy?
I think probably a decoy set. Just so that, one, if I do get to the point where I'm going by myself or, eventually me and the kids, I at least have something to set up on our own.
Mhm.
So
Be careful. It's a slippery slope
I-
there with the
I know.
decoys.
I know. I have to pick my battles.
Yeah. You buy a dozen and all of a sudden you got 10 dozen and then and you're selling them on Facebook Marketplace to get new ones. And
Yep.
Mhm.
I see that quite a bit on Facebook Marketplace.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I am kind of looking, so
oh yeah, wait till the end of the year.
yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, that's all I got.
All right. I've got some easy ones here for you. All right. First one is, since you were a former firefighter and served plenty of pancakes in your day here, are you a bacon or sausage fan with your pancakes?
Bacon.
Okay.
All day bacon.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. And if you could do waffle breakfast instead of pancakes, would you do it? This is a pancakes or waffles question.
Pancake.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then the go-to, coffee or energy drinks?
Both.
Oh,
right. Energy
I-
drink in the afternoon.
I am a caffeine fanatic, and so yeah. It'll start out morning coffee, energy drink afternoon.
Okay. All right, you're speaking my language. I'm not the energy drink thing, but the coffee fanatic or the caffeine fanatic thing. Yes, that is me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of espresso today. Excessive amounts of espresso. All right. Are there any plans that you're aware of to expand the Sitka youth line or potentially even bring out youth waiters?
I have not heard anything. Unfortunately, we don't have a youth line at the store. I wish we did, but what I always do for my son is I buy from the women's section.
Did you tell him that?
He does know that. I
Okay.
had to put a mark over the women's part of the tag, but he made way too much noise in the deer blind last year, so he now has a fanatic.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, and then last one that I have for you, right? You've had all these dog trainer, all these amazing dogs, right, down at your store. You are getting into waterfowl hunting here. When does the first dog come home? The first duck dog come home?
So we have a fox red lab that is not a duck dog. She is the laziest lab you'll ever meet. But she may get a little jealous if I bring one home. I was very close with our last trainer, but got shot down on that one. So we'll see.
Fair enough.
Got to keep trying.
Yep.
Say no more.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for my questions. So we'll wrap things up here. Josh, if folks want to know more about the Sitka Vernon Hills store, if they have questions, how do they get in touch? How do they get more information about that store?
Yeah.
And just about Sitka in general.
So you can call us. I mean, we have our number on Google, or if they look us up, but our store number is 224-351-1771. Sorry, I can't read that. I don't memorize our store number because I have a cell phone number too. But they can call us, and if they have any questions. Otherwise, honestly, the best way to find us, look on maps, Sitka Gear, Vernon Hills.
Okay. And what about events and things like that too?
Yep. So we have a Facebook page that I post all our events on. And that's under the events tab of our Facebook page. Make sure you look Sitka Vernon Hills for Facebook. And then we do have an Instagram now. So that's also Sitka Vernon Hills. And we are posting some of the events on there, but the more detail is on the Facebook page.
Okay, perfect. I think with some of the event stuff too, like that would be a big interest for folks to know where to look for that stuff. So that's perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, Josh, we sincerely thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to hop on with us. Our wallets do not thank you because they're going to get a lot lighter here. Josh, sincerely thank you for hopping on here. Learned a lot, had a lot of fun, spent a lot of money that I don't have right now. So it's been great. For everybody else that is out there listening, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate all of our listeners. If you have 10 seconds, leave us a quick review. We really appreciate that. And then we'll see you again next week.